Hello, my name is Heather Lytle, and I am the Executive Director of Family Advocacy and Community Training, also known as F.A.C.T. F.A.C.T is a family organization that has been in existence since about 1988, and we have been supporting families in different ways. So first of all, everybody at F.A.C.T has a child or family member with a disability. We only hire people that have children or family members with disabilities. And in the beginning, our focus was really on educational advocacy. And then in 1999, we started partnering with the local community health center to provide parent support partner services to families that included a child with a mental health diagnosis. We have had that program since then. In 2014, though, we wanted to start serving families that included a person with a developmental disability. And as we started providing services, we realized that there really wasn't any data that indicated that having support from a person who had lived experience would prove to be successful. On the mental health side, there is a lot of data that indicates having somebody with lived experience provides many successes that a person might even consider would be possible just by receiving support from somebody who has lived experience. And by support, I mean offering emotional support, offering information on different provider resources in the community, offering different community resources, and really just helping a parent with whatever they need help with. So the support isn't really limited to any one thing. It's really just whatever a parent or family or guardian needs to successfully raise their child with a disability by keeping the child in the home, making sure that the child has all possible options. So when we first started working with UMKC in 2014, after we had started our family support program, which meant that people that we hired had children with developmental disabilities, who then in turn would support families that included a person with a developmental disability. In order for us to determine what our survey would look like, we had to choose different domains. What would the questions be, and what would the main topics of those questions be, so to speak. And we directly took the domains from Charting the Lifecourse. So I will pull up that website now. So the domains that we ultimately chose included daily life and employment, community living, safety and security, healthy living, social and spirituality, and advocacy and engagement. And now I will pull up the Excel sheet that gives you an idea of what the questions are. So when we determined that we would use those life course domains to create our personal capacity and life outcomes instrument for anticipatory guidance, which, like I said before, we just started calling progression scale, we came up with 3 different scores. So if you receive a 1 on, let's say, underneath emotional support and ability to take action, the family support needs are able to take steps to address issues, ask questions, maintain stability in the face of a problem. So if you were to receive a 1, which would mean empowered thriving, that means that you would be able to address the issues, ask questions, maintain stability, and use problem-solving skills when facing challenges. If you were to receive a 3, which we indicated as urgent need, that would tell us that when faced with challenges, a person is unable to problem solve or ask questions or take steps to address those challenges. I will provide a link so that you can access that spreadsheet should you choose to. And also now I have the evaluation of the F.A.C.T Developmental Disability Family Support Program. When we contracted with UMKC, our whole goal was to basically prove that providing parent support partner services or family support partner services to families would give them better outcomes in life. And basically what the study showed, there was 3 different domains that we really succeeded at. And those domains are informational support, emotional support, and goods and services. So you can see on this chart here where we started and where we ended. And you can also see down here where it has the 3 asterisks that P is less than 0.001 or P is less than 0.05. And from what I understand, that means that our services and the outcomes that the families that we serve experienced, they could not have accidentally gained the skills they gained had we not been in the picture. So it really talks about fidelity. And as you go along throughout this information, you can really see exactly how we have helped in for emotional support. For instance, some of the things within emotional support or within that domain are the ability to take action, emotional support from others, and peer support for others with lived disability experience. I will say that that one was a little surprising, the peer support, but then it occurred to me that that's something that people that have kids with disabilities always need. That's not going to go away just because you've had a year or 2 or 3 of support. And I will also attach a link so that you can look at this more closely should you choose to. But basically, it proved that our services were valuable, and ultimately using the domains through the life course is how we were able to gather this information. So that was a pretty quick explanation of how we used the life course domains to make a progression scale that ultimately proved that the service we provide is something that improves families' successes. If you have any questions about the study or the progression scale, feel free to reach out to me. I will include my information, and also there's links to all of the documents that I have shown. And thanks for watching.